Welcome back to the Sports Booth YouTube channel. Myself, Hughesy, we're here today for the people. We are doing a fantasy draft, Rugby World Cup fantasy draft. We've done this between our nations. We've done this in Super Rugby World. We thought, you know what, why not try and build a 15 in the Rugby World Cup world and see who can come up with a better 15.
Yeah.
So the rules are you've got to pick a player from one of 15 nations from the World Cup, those who have qualified. We're not making it too specific on if the player is or isn't travelling. So if you do take Andre Pollard from South Africa or Israel Folau, who hasn't yet been named in the Tongan squad, but they've got one player, Astrid, So we're leaving it up to a little bit of that, but it is one player from each nation we can take. So if I take New Zealand, Hughesy can also take New Zealand, build out a 15. We can't take the same player, obviously. If I take Adi Savea, Hughesy can't take Adi Savea. So as we put you on the clock, Hughesy, with your first selection, who are you picking?
See, I think the way this draft is going to go, at least from my point of view, is that you're going to go with the minor nations first because there's, less about them, less about their squads, and you know less about their players and who's really going to perform for those teams, right? So with my first pick, I am going to go to the point where he literally kicked the air out of a rugby. And that's a little fly half from France, Antoine Dupont. I'm going to go with him for my first selection because I don't think I can let him get away from it. He's on fire. Home World Cup as well.
Yeah, look, I'm definitely not against the call, being by far the best French player as well. But what it means for me, and this is like you said, it's going to be interesting how we divide and how we conquer these teams, because now I don't have to pick a French player until the later ends of my draft. So I ideally want to take someone from a team who I think aren't the best team at the tournament, but have a couple of star players. And you've got to think, where do I want to be strong? And where's Rugby one? And I think it's up front. But saying that, I'm not going right up front. I'm going to the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Will Skelton from the Wallabies. I just think he has been, as bad as the Wallabies start to this year has been, he has been a shining light. And I just think, Will Skelton is my choice, my first pick in the number 2 slot. He'll go into number 4 for me.
It's funny that you say that because I was thinking similar things to you, that rugby is one up front, which as a former forward, I can confirm as well. And I am going to go with a fellow rugby championship team. I am going to go with Julian Montoya from Argentina.
Very good pick. And what it actually is interesting now is you've obviously taken, Dupont, so you've taken your 9 as well. Not just France, you've taken your 9. Now you've got Argentina on a hooker, so I don't have to worry about hooker or 9. Just like you don't have to worry about one of the locks. However, I could steal another lock. But I am thinking about the team and the team I can build. I don't need to touch base on Argentina now. I don't need to touch base on hooker. So like a player like Malcolm Marx is off the table. But I go, you know what, there is a player in South Africa, and now you don't have, this has been a bit tactical, that I think I want now a lot of good South African players, but I think I want probably one of the scariest second rows that we're ever talking about now. And I'm going to take Evan Etzebeth as my other locking partner. And so we will go Will Skelton and Evan Etzebeth.
Very, very good picks. So now I don't have to worry about locks for the rest of the draft. I can pick my locks last, and I've already got one in mind, so it's going to be interesting to see where I go with the other one. Right, now I'm going to need to do some soul searching here. I've got an idea here but I'm also a lawyer. Not a lawyer. I am lawyer, but I'm loyal to players that I speak highly of, and one of my favourite players over the last 2 years has been Ange Cappuccino or Capuzzo. Of the Italian national team, who plays fullback or wing. I am going to have him as my fullback because there's a few good wingers out there that I think can really shine.
There is a lot of good players, and even in the fullback position. But he's definitely one of the best Italian players, if not the best Italian player. So very good pick. But I'm going to a player that if you paired up with Dupont, it would make me highly nervous. Now, you might be screaming, it's Sexton. It's not Sexton. Because I think there's enough talent, obviously, in that Irish team, number one team in the world, for it not to be Sexton. So I look at Scotland and I go, I cannot let you pair Dupont up with the best Scottish player potentially ever in Finn Russell. So I'm taking Finn Russell to
that was absolutely going to be one of my next picks. I had Finn Russell tagged. I didn't want to tilt my hand too early towards that, but you sort of forced me here.
I really have.
Yeah, right. Now I think I'm going to take Semi Radradra from Fiji.
Not a bad pick at all.
As one of my wingers because he's fucking great. He's big, he's scary, he's playing well. What more could you want?
Yeah, no, it's hard to argue with that.
This is so difficult, and I know I'm looking down at my phone the whole time, but it's because I'm desperately scrolling through these squads, trying to work out who I would pick because these are just.
Yeah, we haven't done any research for this.
Yeah.
This is off the cusp. Like, I wanted to keep it a bit like that and put the B-roll over us. But I'm going to move into the English side. An English side struggling. And I think they're struggling with the lack of this player as well, who hasn't been around the squad much, just purely because of injuries and stuff. But I think this player gives me another line-out option. This really makes me probably the strongest line-out option there. I'm going Courtney Laws in my number 6.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good. Strong pick.
I just don't think England-wise there's a lot of talent. So I just felt like that was the easy choice. You also hadn't picked a 6, so I felt like there was a lot. Hadn't picked an Englishman. So look, tactics are definitely coming into it.
There's talent in the Samoa team, but there's also talent in positions that I want to pick from other squads.
Totally, it is. So it's where does it fit in? How does this jigsaw match up?
Yeah, I think I am going to go the co-captain of Samoa, Michael Alatoa, who is based in Bristol, I believe, in the in Europe. So look, I'm not sure if he's a 1 or if he's a 3. I'm going to just put him down at 1.
He's a prop.
Yeah.
He does the job. Look, you've left the door open for me to swing in and take the player I wanted. I am going to take Tar Furlong, the big Irish prop. Like you went heavy, I decided I needed to go heavy. I already had that thought in my head, and I couldn't imagine you pairing up Ali Latoa with Furlong. So there I am. Look, it's a scary pack when I look at it, and I go, Furlong scouting, it's a bit Laws. Like, I don't know if you've been in that blood. Okay. I only really got it. I had my 2 picks lined up, and so I obviously made one. If you take this next one from me, I'm going to...
look, I probably have. I'm not. I'm going to go Tane Basham from Wales.
Oh, good pick.
Yeah, open side flanker. Going to take him, get my Welsh selection out of the way.
You know what? It's funny, I am picking a Welsh player.
Yeah?
I'm going to lock it in now, even though it probably doesn't make much sense. But I'm taking Jack Morgan. He's going to play 7 for me. So we've taken 2 open sides from Wales.
Yeah.
They're not. They may not be a good squad, but they've got a couple of.
Let's run through our picks so far. So I've got Michael Alatoa at 1, Julian Montoya at 2, Tane Basham at 7, Antoine Dupont at 9, Semi Radradra at 11, and Ange Capoeira at 15.
I've got Tad Furlong at 3, Will Scouts at 4, Ebenezer at 5, Courtney Laws 6, Jack Morgan 7, and Finn Russell at 10.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Right, so it's back on me now, isn't it?
It is. It's moving quickly, bud.
It is moving quickly. Okay. I think I know where I want to head next. I am going to go for a big prop here.
Yep.
I am going to go for, I'm going to butcher the name here, Guram Gogi Chashvili. Gogish Cheshvili from Georgia.
Yeah, look, I've got an easy choice, so start looking at your next one, bud.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking Dylan Riley from Japan.
Yeah.
He's going to be my outside centre. Look, I had a look around Japan and what I needed in the squad, and I thought that was just the best way to go about it. But I am starting to struggle for front row options.
But there are certainly choices to be made around the park and everywhere. It's hard to know where to go next. You know, I feel like I've got a few options still around here. I am gonna pick Charlie Piutau from Tonga as one of my wingers because he does play wing.
He does. He's a very good winger. Definitely would have been in my squad had I got to that pick, but you've done well.
Yeah, I know I needed to fill out my ranks from Tonga, and he was available. So,
look, I'm going to round out what I think can be the best 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 you'll get, and I'm going to take Artie Savia.
Yeah.
He sat on the board for too long. I was worried that you were going to take him there. I said, no way, not in my house. You don't come to my house and sit in my chairs and take Artie Savia away from me.
No, I did consider it, but there's a lot of talent available on the New Zealand roster, and I wanted to fill a gap that I might otherwise have. So, frankly, I'm sort of leaving New Zealand towards the end.
Now you've got the opportunity. I just need to make sure.
Yeah.
I think we've actually.
I'm surprised he wasn't number one for you.
Well, see, because I had to be technical because I thought you might leave it to them.
Right. I am now going to dip into the Japanese ranks, I believe. And I'm going to take my 8, and I'm going to go Michael Leach.
Yeah, nice.
Nice, experienced forward, hard hitter. Sometimes crosses the line, but
you take those sometimes. That's a very, very good pick. Look, I'm going a little bit unorthodox here, and this player played under 20s at this position, and I'm reverting him back to that. I'm going to take Lima Soponga for Samoa and put him in my number 12 jersey.
He was in consideration for me as well for my Samoan pick. I am, by the way, immensely pissed off that you took Finn Russell. That was going to be one of my big picks.
Yeah, I think that could win. Have you got a team that you haven't there?
No, but I've got the luxury of waiting for that.
Yeah, you do.
Right, I'm going to round out my back row here with a player from Scotland. I'm going to put in the 6 jersey, Jack Dempsey, former Aussie, now playing in Scotland, and that's going to round out my back row. Maybe a loss to Australian rugby, but hey, if there's anything we've got, it's back row depth.
Yes, you do. Look, I've got a pretty easy pick in my eyes. I actually think this guy's the best Argentina player. Emiliano Boffele.
Yes, yeah. He was up there for me as well.
Gives me a accurate goal kicker as well. So Emiliano Boffele coming to my team. He's going to play on the wing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play him at fullback. I think his best position's on the wing. And no finisher as well. So yeah, look, that's a good backline unlocking. I've built a 4-pack here so far, but
Certainly have.
I think Finn and Lima can lead this team to greatness with the 4-pack that we've got.
I think I'm going to go, because I don't have his centres right now, I'm going to go Bundi Arki as my inside centre. Big, strong, powerful runner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's who you've gone with from Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about Sexton at 10.
Yep. You felt like you can get some more talent elsewhere.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, I was about to say.
Actually, sorry, no, scratch that. I'm not doing that. I'm actually not picking my Irish pick now. I have got to go with Samu Karevi from the Wallabies. I've just realised he's sitting there, and I've got to pick him now.
Fair enough. I am going to take my French player now, and I am just.
South
I think,
Africa, of course.
I have built quite possibly the best scrum in the world. I'm going to take Uni and Antonio, the massive prop from France. I believe he's actually a tight head / loop head, loose head.
Yeah.
But him and Furlong are just going to work together. They'll work it out. They'll stand there and they'll outbig each other.
Yeah, I have 4 players left here as well. And now I'm going to go with my Ireland pick. I'm going to go with Gary Ringrose at outside centre.
Good pick. Great pick. That's your centre pairings are quite a bit better than mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Samuela or Sam Mollett from Tonga as my hooker.
I'm going to go with one of my England picks here. I'm going to go Maro Itoje for one of my locks here from England.
Fair enough, yeah. I looked at him when I was picking England, but I thought Continental was the better pick.
Yep.
I need a 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm deciding it's going to be the Italian 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Stephen Varney. Doesn't sound very Italian because he's Welsh born. But he plays 9 for Italy. So Stephen Varney is going to be my number 9.
Very nice. Look, it's time for my New Zealand pick, and how can I not pick Barrett here? You know, how can I not pick Barrett?
Because you're going to pick Richie Long.
No, because I'm picking Scott Barrett, of course.
I'm
picking Scott Barrett for my other lock.
There you go. Well played.
How can I not pick Scott Barrett?
Still backing my locks over your locks. Look, I've got 2 picks left. You've got 1 pick left.
Yep.
I've got a Georgian or a Fijian.
Mm-hmm.
And my Georgian is going to be playing fullback for me. He's kind of like the Georgian Ange Capuzzo.
Yeah.
It's David Ninashvili. Ninashvili?
Yeah.
Ninashvili?
Well pronounced. Well, for me, it's easy here. I mean, you gave this one to me at the start of this segment. So I'm missing a South African player and I'm missing a 10. So it's going to be Andre Pollard.
Yeah.
It's going to be Andre Pollard. So the half pairing is Antoine Dupont and Andre Pollard.
But Andre's a well-known injured man.
Yeah.
He won't play much in the
But
tournament.
you said it doesn't matter. Injury doesn't matter here. We're playing in fantasy land where everyone's healthy.
We are.
All right.
My final pick to run us out, and I'm going to butcher his name, but I'm going to bring it up. Josiah Tuisova, the massive guy who plays for Toulon.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely beast. Up there with Rada. He's on my wing.
Very nice. Well, I'll run through my squad and then you run through yours, and then we'll put it up for all of you to vote.
Yeah.
So, my fantasy XV, Michael Alatoa from Samoa, Julian Montoya from Argentina, Graham Gogichashvili from Georgia. I apologise if I'm mispronouncing the name. Maro Itoje from England, Scott Barrett from New Zealand, Jack Dempsey from Scotland, Tane Basham from Wales, and Michael Leach from Japan. In my backline, which I fucking love this backline, Antoine Dupont from France, Andre Pollard from South Africa, Semi Radradra from Fiji, Samu Karevi from the Wallabies, Gary Ringrose from Ireland, Charlie Piatow from Tonga, and Ange Capuozzo from Italy.
Yeah, look,
Fearsome squad.
It's a good squad, but is it better than this 4-pack? Like we discussed quite heavily throughout that the rugby game is one up front. So Uni Atono from France is my first prop. Then I got Sam Moley from Tonga as my hooker. Tad Furlong is the other prop.
Mm-hmm.
Will Skelton and Ibn Itzebeth make out the second row. The back row looks like Courtney Laws from England, Jack Morgan from Wales, and the greatest player ever, Artie Savia from the ABs. At 9, we have Stephen Barney. At 10, we have the magician and Finn Russell. 11, Josiah Tuisova from Fiji, the beast. 12, former All Black and now Samoan legend Lima Sopoaga. 13, Dylan Riley from Japan. 14, goal-kicking legend Emiliano Boffelli from Argentina. And to roll us out, the wonder kid from Georgia, David Ninashvili.
I'll back my team over yours.
Oh, you're full of shit.
All
right, get on our Instagram. Listen up.
Put it up on the. It's going to be on a poll.
I'll put a poll
Vote
in the video.
Hughesy, you know,
so I'll put a poll in the YouTube and it's on our Instagram, and then we'll be able to decide.
Yeah,
what group of our followers thinks one is right versus the other. But for now, thank you for joining us here at the Sports Booth. We're back again throughout the Rugby World Cup, keeping you entertained. For now, though, goodbye.
Peace.